What's happening, guys? Hopefully this screen record goes well. But yeah, anyways, I've got a reaction to AFTV. It's a reaction to AFTV, Julian, and another guy from AFTV, and also Robbie. Because can't really react to AFTV without Robbie being there, can we? Anyways, this is just gonna be a quick reaction, really. I'm hoping I don't need to do this again because since getting this particular laptop, the screen recording hasn't gone as planned on here. But we're gonna see how it goes. Anyways, let's get into it.
We've just lost to Bournemouth 2-0 at the Vitality Stadium. I think I've spoken with a few fans, spoken with Robbie Lee and a few actually around here. There's a bit of bias in some sense for me, and when I spoke to Robbie about, the sole reason why we lost today is because we went down to 10 men. I need to know where you stand on that. Is that the main reason why Arsenal lost today?
There is plenty of reasons why we lost. You can't put it down to any one aspect or any one factor. I mean, the first thing was the appointment of Rob Jones, the referee.
Okay, thank you for that. I didn't actually know that was the referee's name.
He has been banned from refereeing Liverpool games.
So we're already off to a referee start in terms of, maybe who's to be held accountable for our loss, etc., etc. Let's listen to more what Julian says. Let's listen to a man like Julian.
He's not allowed to referee any Liverpool games.
I knew that could be done from if you're a fan of the club, a referee, but I didn't know, because we talk about other referees, that Michael Oliver, they're not refereeing Arsenal games, but so he can't ref any Liverpool games. Why is that?
Because he's a Liverpool fan.
Right, okay, so I didn't know, that makes sense.
Okay, so who are we playing next week? And
good research.
Yeah, and I'll come on to that.
Yeah, Lee makes a great point. He didn't send him off, it was VAR, give him yellow.
But we'll come on to that because
Lee Judges in the background said he initially didn't send him off, which he didn't. So this claim now, see, this is where we have to cut things down the middle now, because we have fans that believe that there's a pure agenda against Arsenal, right? And in my opinion, it's hard to disprove that when what we're seeing is Arsenal players are rightfully getting punished for, you're kicking a ball away, you get your only yellow card, you're getting a second one for that. And, Saliba last man challenge. See, my thing is, it's not the fact that, you sent the player off. It's not necessarily that. It's just that we will then see that happen again in another game, and they're getting benefits of the doubts. This is what makes people think, well, there must be some agenda against Arsenal then. Because when Arsenal players do it, I know full well, I can say factually, without it happening, if that happens to Jesus, for example, because that kind of challenge would be something that would happen to Jesus and has happened to Jesus before, whether he's been the last man or not, right? I can factually say if Gabriel Jesus is in that position and he gets taken out like that by the defender, the ref waves it off and says, no, get up. That's what's pissed me off. Knowing that fact. I'm claiming fact on that. So until it then happens next time and it's a clear foul, we will see how factual my fact is. Right? That happens to Jesus or any of our fouls, but especially Jesus, because he's one that would likely get fouled like that. We ain't getting nothing for it. He'd be told to get up. But we do it now. Oh no, it's the red card! And that's what pisses me off. Anyways, I'm trying to keep calm on the street.
The mistakes happen before the game. Now, if he's not allowed to referee Liverpool games, which is fair, because he's come out and he's a Liverpool fan, also, don't let him referee Liverpool's main rivals, and don't let him referee when we're going to be playing them next week. And any decision, it puts too much pressure. I'm not...
See, this is a reach, in all fairness. I personally... Okay, so this ref that refereed our game is apparently a Liverpool fan, right? I personally don't think he's thinking in his mind right? Oh, well, Liverpool play Arsenal next week, so I best send off a player. He didn't want to send him off in the first place. What he saw in real time was warrant of a yellow card. That's what he saw. But then he's looked on the screen and seen whatever he's seen to upgrade it to a red card, right? You look at it and you think, well, if Saliba didn't get sent off for that, you look at it and be like, the guy was the last man, it's a red. You know what I mean? Because I can't argue whether it's a red or yellow, right? Because getting a red for that, I ain't gonna I ain't gonna complain and say, oh no, it should be yellow. My thing is this: when you see others do it, send them off as well. That's my thing. Consistency. But yeah, anyways, let's carry
Going
on.
to come out.
You're basically saying, Julian, he can't referee Everton games, he can't referee City games, he can't referee Arsenal games, because at the end of the day, City and Arsenal are Liverpool's main rival this season, and Everton's is obviously the team he doesn't like.
But I don't believe he should be allowed to referee Man City games. I don't believe he should be allowed to referee Arsenal games because.
And Everton?
As far as I know, he may even be banned from refereeing Everton games as well. But I don't care.
Well, I don't know how it works. Obviously, if I was a referee and I told that everyone knows I'm an Arsenal fan, I won't be allowed to referee Arsenal games, right? So I'm sure then I won't be allowed to referee Tottenham games. But how far does it go? Because does that mean I can't do Chelsea games? Because if I can do Chelsea games, then what if it comes down to Chelsea and Arsenal in the title race and I'm refereeing a Chelsea game in May? You know what I mean? Am I going to be allowed? Like, how far do we go with this? I can't imagine, even though Arsenal are up there and Liverpool are up there again now, I can't imagine this referee being banned, ever getting banned from refereeing an Arsenal game unless he's gone overboard with his decisions and it's clear that, he knows Arsenal are a threat to Liverpool. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he can referee Everton games. I'm not sure. I couldn't imagine so. If he can't ref a game because he supports that team, I'm sure he can't referee the rivals. But in some way, shape, or form, referees can influence a game outside of that. For example, he could send someone off in a game where they're playing Liverpool next and it benefits Liverpool that player isn't absent, for example. Like, if, say, he referees a game end of April, he referees a game against whoever, knowing they're playing Liverpool next week, and he sends a player off of that team that's playing Liverpool the week after, which would be the beginning of May. You know what I mean? It's like, how far do you go with this? But anyways, I don't want to take too long.
I care about Everton. I care about Arsenal. Now, there's always going to be a bias to the referee if he supports Liverpool. Now, I'm not talking about a conscious bias, and I'm not going to come out and say that he made the wrong decision on that. But subconsciously, it might get the better of me. And if I'm in any doubt, a little voice in the back of my head might say, go on, send him off. Go on, I've been putting a...
So as you can tell, I skipped a little bit because I didn't want to take up the whole thing. But Julian, at this point here, is talking about, if he was a referee himself, that something will creep into him and say, look, send the player off. Like, your emotions will get the better of you, knowing that you've got that bias. You know what I mean? Because otherwise you're supposed to judge things objectively. But it's going to be hard when you support a team. Like, if I'm refereeing an Arsenal game, it's going to be hard for me to be objective. So that's what Julian was explaining.
Position, I can send him off. And I understand that he didn't to begin with, and the mistake was, this is what I didn't understand. When I saw him give the yellow card, I thought that's a mistake, because if it's a foul, which he's given a foul, it's a sending off.
Is it? But, well, no, it could be contested because of how far back it is, though.
It was obvious that the guy was in on goal. So if it's a foul, it's a sending off. But what I'm saying is the first mistake and the first reason is, don't put this guy in a position to referee a game where he's going to have a conscious or an unconscious bias.
Sorry, but Julian's reaching with that one, man. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I personally don't think this referee is thinking about, oh, well, Arsenal got Liverpool next week. You know what I mean? If the referee had just given a straight red and it was upgraded to a yellow or whatever, or just a straight red and done, right? If Julian then made this argument, I still wouldn't look at it and be like, oh yeah, it's because of that. But it'd be more understandable than this. The referee gave a yellow. The referee was like, fam, I'm warning you. And then he was told in his ear, go look at the screen, fam, because it looks worse, basically. And then he was like, right, sending you off. This is a massive reach from Julian. From a man like Julian, that is a massive reach. And it's almost taken accountability off the players. You know what I mean?
What did you make of today, though?
Fucking shambles, man. Let me just keep it real, man. Like, we were here in the first 20 minutes before Saliba got sent off. What did we do? What did we fucking do? Looking over there, yeah. People are talking about that not being a sending off. Like, all right, whether he meant it or not, it's still a foul. Yeah. It's still on paper a goal scoring opportunity. They have to give the benefit of the doubt as well. They have to do it. That's just what it is. Now, that's the third red card in a series of games. Brighton at home, City away where we're actually winning, and now here, yeah? So the best way to put this is that there's a problem with discipline as well. Like, I won't go too far with Saliba's, but Trossard shouldn't have done it. And Declan Rice as well. Like, you know, the experienced players, we're seeing this, yes, we're watching it, you know, so, you know, we're armchair fans in comparison. We're not playing on the pitch, but come on, man, they should know better. Now, after those two...
Now, I hope their man have learned the lesson. Then again, you know, we've got Saliba that's suspended for the next English game, right? Domestic game. But it seems discipline is now our problem because these man seem to not know how to contain themselves in terms of stop doing the wrong things and end up getting yourself sent off. As I said, what the officials have shown, VAR, PGMO, well, whatever the fuck, right? What these men are showing is they can be by the book completely when it's Arsenal. So I think we better fall in line, knowing this. Because what's clear as day is the Rice situation, the Trossard situation, second yellows, he sent off. Saliba got a yellow, but then VAR was like, no, it's a red, right? That 3 strikes, that tells you, fam, you can't. It's best not to piss around. It's best not to try and look. You know what I mean?
Happen, we should apply some caution. Yeah, I think.
Is it more on the players for you then? Is it not? Because some will say there's a conspiracy on Arsenal, but I believe that thought trail. But no, so you think it's more just players need to be more disciplined and more aware of what they're doing?
Yeah, no, I think our fans put too much emotion before logic, man. All this conspiracy nonsense, man. Fuck all that. Like, look, we got to take accountability. Where accountability needs to be taken, we need to take it. Where he fucked up with the lineup. Arteta, he fucked it up. Let's keep it real.
In all fairness, with that lineup, as I always put on Instagram, when I tweet, when I post a story on the lineup, I always put no excuses as a caption. Because even with that team, still should be beating Bournemouth. Should be losing 2-0 at Bournemouth. Don't care if it's 11 men or not. They shouldn't be. But yeah, the Ethan Wanyere, he's not seeing games. I don't know why he couldn't see this game from the start. But we'll just have to see then, won't we? We'll just have to see going forward what Arteta's wanting to do. Him being him, it won't be the world's biggest shock if he just ends up starting him against Liverpool. You know what I mean?
What does he have to do to start? Trossard has been doing bits in the middle with Odegaard out as well.
Like, is Arteta not trying to protect Wanyeri? Do you think to ease him in slowly? It's a big club, a lot of pressure, or do you think, listen, he's young, but he's ready. If he's young enough, if he's good enough, he's old enough.
Well, if that's the case, why are we not signing any players? We've got a very good first team, minus the striker. We don't have a striker. Minus that, we've got a good first team, but we've got no cover. And this is what's showing. You know, Odegaard is injured, so now Trossard had to play in the middle, which...
He's doing well, but he was doing well in the midfield,
yeah. But then we lose the left wing, because obviously Martinelli was off for a bit. Now when you start shifting, we got to rest players. You know, Lee Carsley fucked up Saka for England. You know, it happened. This is these are the things, these are the consequences of playing season after season without cover, and adequate cover. You know, I love Reece Nelson over the years, but he was never going to overtake Saka. I know he's gone alone now. Ranieri's there. Yes, give the young players a chance. I get it. It's a lot of fucking pressure, but if we've got no cover, we've got literally no cover.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, no cover for in what position? Are you saying because really
Cover shit, really. Apart from defence, the cover shit, really. I mean, who's replacing Havertz? Oh, Jesus, who can't score right now. He's even said scoring is not his biggest thing. I mean, I told all you back in 2022 on Instagram. You know, this guy is a Brazilian Welbeck. You know, he's not what you need to go to that level like that. City are getting rid of him for a reason. Like, he's an add-on. You know what I mean? When you buy an Xbox game, you buy the game and then you get the add-on. You don't get the add-on without the game. And Jesus is the add-on. You need a striker that's doing bits for you week in, week out, and then you'll have Jesus with it. I said this back in 2022 when it was rumoured he was gonna join Arsenal. That day he actually scored 4 goals for Man City, I think, against Watford. That day he scored a hat-trick. He scored 4 goals. He had scored a hat-trick for us once. Yeah, by the way. Has he even scored a brace? I think he might have scored a brace for us. I can't remember if he has. I ain't gonna lie, right? So who's covering Saka? What, Sterling? Really? You tell me we couldn't have done better than Sterling? The best cover going forward is the left-hand side. Martinelli, Trossard. Who's covering Odegaard like that? Man for man. Like that. Because Vieira's out on loan. Who would play in that position? We could say Ethan Wanyeri, but he ain't getting the time. He ain't getting the minutes. Midfield is Rice Moreno. Obviously Jorginho and then Partey. And then defense is covered. Obviously Neto, the keeper from Bournemouth that we got on loan. You know, we haven't seen him in an Arsenal shirt yet like that. And to be honest, I haven't been concentrating on anything anybody else has been doing. Like, I haven't been watching him at Bournemouth or anything like that. I haven't looked back at clips of him at Bournemouth and nothing like that. But the cover's shit otherwise, and it's not enough to take us to the next level.
in my opinion, I hear what you're saying, but Trossard could have played in the midfield today. Martinelli could have started on the left. I know you want to talk about rest, but that could have happened. So I think the squad depth is actually okay. It's just we weren't good today.
No, I think our squad depth's horrific, man.
Really?
For a club that's meant to be challenging for the title, this is our squad depth. Look at City. Yes, comparing to City, yeah, they got the money, they got the personnel. But our quality on the bench.
And most of all, City have got the manager. Because City don't even have cover for Haaland, really, right? But they'll cope. They'll cope. You know what I mean? Thankfully for them, they have Pep as a manager. Otherwise, them not having cover for Haaland, getting rid of Alvarez like that, would bite them in the ass otherwise. But Pep will cope because we'll fuck up in the season anyway. Liverpool, you know, if history is going to repeat itself, it's just a matter of time before they fuck up. So who's City got to worry about, really?
In comparison to these big clubs, including Liverpool. Liverpool are in a so-called transition. They're sitting top of the league right now. And we're going to go and play them with Kivio and Gabriel. All these songs, you know, Gabriel is our wall, but you know, this is what it is.
There is a lot of players out though. As in, like, if you've seen it,
fault is that we're not signing players to cover them. This is my problem with this club. Yeah, Calafiori, yeah, look, I love Calafiori. No, Robbie, I love Calafiori.
So here's Robbie getting involved now. I've noticed when Robbie gets involved on people's fan cams when they're holding the club accountable for their mishaps. I mean, this so-called 10 out of 10 window, some would claim, or whatever they said, above 5 out of 10 window. You know what I mean? He's catching up with us already. Let's have a listen.
But be real, sometimes defensively, the man's a madness. No,
yeah, and Ben White, no, but he's right. Robbie's right.
I love.
See, this guy's calling out Calafiori as well. Defensively, he just might not be it defensively on the left-hand side as a left-back. And that's been my thing. Well, let's carry on.
Listen, how many more players do you want us to sign? He's got, next week he can play Calafiori at centre back.
No. Who's the left back?
Oh, and you can play Timber at left back.
Ben White can play centre back as well.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. If our next game in the league, which obviously is Liverpool, if Ben White and Timber are our fullbacks with Calafiori and Gabriel at centre back, I don't think Liverpool beat us. I'm just going to say that now. As long as Calafiori is not at left back, right, and we have Timber there, I personally don't think Liverpool beat us. As long as it's 11v11. That's my honest opinion. Because, yeah, I think our defence will be, even though there'll be no Saliba, I do think Calafiori I'd say he's much better as a centre back. I'd probably say. I would centre back is yeah, because he'll get dusted on that right hand side, or his left hand side, whatever. He'll get dusted. Salah will dust him. Kiwior, it'd be better to have Kiwior at left back than Calafiori at left back, even though, you know, Kiwior, we see, for me with Kiwior, also he cocked up in the last game against Bournemouth, right? But when players aren't getting minutes and then they finally get two bit of minutes, they are more likely to cock up, to make some sort of cock up, in my opinion. If they get a run of games like when Kiwior did back in the 2022-3 season, he got a run of games because obviously Saliba was injured. And he got a run of games last season, and I do think he's okay. He's not the best of centre backs, but I do think he's all right. It's just that he won't get the minutes, and you ain't gonna see. We ain't gonna see the best of him because he just ain't gonna get the minutes. Arteta's not gonna break that defence up for the most part. Like, he's not gonna break that partnership. He's not that good of a manager to be able to rest Saliba here and there, rest Gabriel here and there. You know what I mean? Are you always seeing the centre-back pairing of what Man City's are? Or is Pep always changing it for a few games? And we know they've got two bit of injuries, but still, who else is playing the same centre-back every single Premier League game? You know what I mean? Arteta can't afford not to. I mean, and people want to gaslight about he's a sick manager.
You can play Ben. What's wrong with Timber?
No, Timber's like, is he really fit? Is Timber really, Ben White ain't even looking fit, you know. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, but Ben White, he's
how many players you say if say, I don't know, there's an injury, say let's say with Liverpool, Van Dijk got sent off.
Yeah.
Right, and then there was an injury, there was a player at left back missing. Who are they bringing in?
Fair enough.
You just said about their great squad.
I know. But obviously,
if it's the same thing with City, who are they bringing in?
They've got a better squad than us.
Robbie's asking the questions to be like, well, who are they bringing in, mate? Fam, you're talking about players that the same players you're asking questions of are at clubs that have won more recently than us, have better managers than us. Never mind who City's bringing in for any injuries that they have. Never mind who Liverpool are bringing in for any injuries they have. These men win trophies, we don't. Liverpool won a title 4 years ago, fam. They won a Champions League, 5 years ago now? Liverpool won a double 2 years ago. If you want to go that far, if we want to go that far, Liverpool won what? You could say they actually won a treble in 2020 because they won the Super Cup for winning the Champions League the season before. They won the FIFA Club World Cup because they won the Champions League the season before, and then they won the league title that season. So technically, Liverpool technically won a treble in 2020. Technically, because they were all won in the same season. 1920 season, those trophies were won by Liverpool. We've watched City win the treble. Under our watch, aka, we were the ones that finished second behind them. Then the season, the season just gone. Really, technically, if you want to get technical, City won a treble again. Really, 23-24 season, they won the Super Cup, the FIFA Club World Cup, and then the league title. That was all won in the same season. So technically, if you want to technically speaking, Man City did a back-to-back treble. If you want to get technical. And Robbie's now asking this guy, would defensive errors? Would injuries to defenders? Don't matter. These men win. I mean, it don't matter at this point. If we were winning, do you think we'd be caring about who to bring in if so-and-so's injured? Knowing that we win anyway. And we've been doing it anyway, fam. Come on now.
They're bringing in there.
He is right.
If there's two of their key, their key centre backs missing.
Look, Rodri's missing.
Right?
But I know I'm just saying Rodri's missing the whole season.
All right, so
I know, this is what I'm saying. They nicked him from Chelsea. What? But they know they had to do it. Last season,
if Kovacic, right, comes in, is Kovacic as good as Rodri? You're not always going to get like for like coming in.
No, you're not. Of course, you're not always going to get like for like, right? You ain't going to get it. But are these clubs? Do we think these clubs are going to get damaged as much as us with the injuries? Because City don't look like they're missing Rodri right now. The only thing is, City are conceding goals, and they tend to be conceding first before the score now. But they're still winning games. Liverpool, top of the league.
I agree, but our quality in comparison is abysmal, man. Let's keep it real.
I don't think it is. I think to me, I keep thinking these.
We're meant to be on top. Meant to be competing for the league. We lost the 5 points the season before, 2 points. This is the season where we should be creeping closer now. We've not signed the cover. We still don't have a fucking striker. This how I don't give a shit about 65 million down the drain. Yeah, it is. It is fucking 65 million down the drain.
Sorry, this is our first away game. Fair enough.
He ain't had the service today.
It is mad.
He ain't had the service. I'll give him today.
I think you're being too harsh, right? Because
everyone's been too harsh when they call out the reality to Robbie. Everyone's been too harsh. He said the same thing about the yard man. You're being too harsh. When these men were holding the club accountable for our mishaps. And the same thing's happening again.
This was coming. Why has no one seen this?
Who's the cover for? If Haaland's out injured, who's the cover for him?
Yeah, obviously, Haaland's the next level. No one.
Don't matter. Because City will win anyway. You know what I mean? Pep will find a way. If Haaland was to get injured now, right, he'll probably play Stones up front. And you know what? They'll still score. And you know what? They'll still win. Because Pep can do that. We don't have a manager that can do that. Although he tries to get cute. He tries it. You know what I mean? Party at right back and all this shit. Now he's going for the model of centre-backs at full-back. You know what I mean?
I know he's the next
even Henry ain't gonna cover Haaland. Henry needs speed.
No, but what's the backup forward striker if Haaland's out?
No, I hear it. But Haaland is next level. I hear it.
Your argument's flawed a little bit.
No, but we ain't got next level players. We barely got world-class players. We barely do. Like, come on.
You're being too harsh.
Stop the cap.
I ain't being harsh.
Listen, we haven't lost an away game. This is our first away game we've lost this year. Right, hold on, right? Up until today, we're unbeaten in the league, right? It's a bad day at the office. It's a bad defeat, right?
Understatement.
But come on, man. I'm not with you on that. That's why
Squad depth's a wrong argument.
I don't want to interrupt your interview.
No, that's cool. He was talking about 10 men.
Yeah.
3 times this season, yes. Again, discipline issues. I won't talk too much about today. I think Saliba was a bit hard done by. But the first 2 were Declan Rice and
See, I'll probably just crash this whole interview. Man just crashed it in was like, oh, you being negative. Jesus. Man colonized next man's fan cam, you know. I know it's his channel and that, but man colonized it to the core, man. This man, Robbie's basically made it about him now, almost. Jesus.
And that was discipline. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
The reaction from when we went down 10 was different to today.
This time round, it's like Saliba, I think he was hard done by because obviously he received it in an uncomfortable position. Player was offside, but he had to deal with it. This is just something that's happened, fair enough. But I feel like there's something going on at this club when it comes to getting cover for adequate cover for our players. Because now Kivior and Gabriel, I'm worried, you know. They got what? They got Luis Diaz. They got obviously, I'm not really worried about Nunes, but Luis Diaz and Salah there against Kivior and what do you call it?
You don't know if it's Kivior because it could be that Timber's back. So you could have a back.
Concerned about
to ask me that, let me just, because I don't want to jump in on your interview, I'm just saying. Because I don't want to jump in on your interview, I'm just saying. Because I don't want to jump in on your interview, I'm just saying. A back four, let's say it's a back four of Ben White, Gabriel, Calafiori and Timber. You don't think that's a good back four?
As I said, if that back four plays against Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool beat us. I think I'm going to jump the gun. I think we'll be okay. As long as if that's the back four, if that's not the back four, then whatever. But if that is the back four, I don't see a reason to panic that Saliba ain't there. Because I think Timber, as long as he stays fit throughout the game and all that, will do a job on that left-hand side. And I think Calafiori playing in his natural position, centre-back. You know, because just like when we played where Spurs, when we had Spurs, Atlanta, then Man City, those 3 away games in a row, and you know, Odegaard being missing, people feared the worst, and we got out of that, you know, relatively okay, right? People are fearing the worst because there's no Saliba for this Liverpool game, and Liverpool are flying high. Looking at it, at first it's like, nah, we ain't beating Liverpool then. But if that's the centre back pairing, and if that's our back four, I won't put it past us beating Liverpool. I really wouldn't. Put it past us beating Liverpool. So. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway, there's a little bit of this to go.
Even put Zinchenko left back.
No, but I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you that back four. I'm giving you that back four. That's not a good back four.
Timber, Ben White.
Against a top
Against
team.
anybody.
A top team, though.
Against anybody.
Timber is a good player. I love Timber.
Timber's a great player.
I love Timber.
Calafiori
I was so happy we got him, yeah? Ben White excelled last season because Timber was out. Timber was supposed to be making that right back his position.
He can play left back as well.
I hear it. He's versatile. He can play all in the back.
That's a good back line.
Yeah, no, he is, but he's been injured for so long, so he's still rusty.
Who, Timber?
Yeah. What, you think he's not been good?
He's been good. No, he's been good this season.
I see Timber has been good this season, to be fair, from defensively. It's just obviously he ain't gonna. I don't think he's gonna stay fit enough to be in that back line for most of the season. But yeah, anyways, that was the reaction. Just a small reaction, even though I'm like half an hour in. But yeah, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. And I will see you guys for my watch along that I'll do for the Shakhtar Arsenal game, or Arsenal versus Shakhtar game for the Champions League. And yeah, we'll go from there. Anyways, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.